I have been asked multiple times to talk about this game, so we're going to talk about it today. But a lot of what I'm going to say does not just pertain to Miles Morales' Spider-Man. We're watching the entire PS5, like, I don't know what to really call it, event that recently dropped, and we talked about it as it was, going on, live commentary. Miles Morales, we were watching it, and you guys heard what I said about this, and this video is really to reiterate some of the things that I had said about it. No, it's not a video designed to me griping about Miles Morales being everybody's favorite tokenized character. That's not the point of this video at all. But when we were watching this, it reminds me a lot of what I was talking about when the Xbox thing it came and they were showing some of the games. And I'm not saying that it's necessarily new to this generation, because it's not necessarily. I think it's more unique that it's being more heavily emphasized. But I worry about the future of gaming that isn't multiplayer based, believe it or not. And I'm a multiplayer guy. I love playing multiplayer games. I like the competition, the being competitive. But I do play a single player game every now and then. And it seems like a lot of people want to focus on studios, at least more like interactive movies, right? These interactive games. There's a lot of, gaming it has a lot of eyes on it now. It's a lot more people play it, even casually. There's a lot more people are into games, and it seems like they're trying to go this route of the interactive movie. Even if you're looking forward to it, it seems to be less about the game itself. And the thing about games is having the controller in your hand, controlling the guy, and doing what it is that you do. And I'm worried if they're going to go, and you're going to see some gameplay here in a little bit from Miles Morales' Spider-Man. And look, it may be a case to where this is just in this particular mission. We've played on stream the first Spider-Man game by Insomniac, and it is what it is. But you'll see how this is about to kind of take you through okay, it's almost like Dance Dance Revolution. You go beat up a couple of guys, but then it takes you to this whole push this button when it comes up on the screen. And instead of you really controlling it, because it's more about the story than it is the gameplay. And yes, the greatest of the games are going to mix the two. But it seems like it's a little more focused on, okay, telling you this story, this being an interactive movie and less than being a game. That worries me if that's what the future of next generation, when we're getting definitely console gaming. You get more powerful games, or you get more powerful systems, to put these games on, and to give me an interactive movie out of that is going to. Hopefully, we have some memorable games that have legitimate, groundbreaking, if not anything, but that game play, because that's what it's about. It is a game after all. But you're gonna see as we're watching this, I just wanted to have it play, but perfect timing. It's gonna get into the part where Miles is kind of just, even now, this is just a big long cutscene, right? And maybe this is at the beginning of the game, and that's all that we're really seeing. But you see, yes, he's fighting, he's doing his thing, and this is like, it's very reminiscent of the previous Spider-Man. But it goes from that into, this type of stuff. These are mini cutscenes and all of that. And what I'm hoping is that the entire game isn't like that. And I doubt that it is. But it does go to show that that's a lot of the interactive movie is a lot of the next generation is focusing on, and I hope that that's not what we're getting at. We saw that out of the Xbox, all these, what do you call them, interactive dramas, right, is what they were calling some of these games. And I'm sitting here like, man, give me good gameplay. And it looks amazing. This looks amazing. PS5, this looks like it's gonna play, the gameplay itself is going to play decently. We'll see. It looks like he's going to play very similarly to the previous one. But this whole fight a couple of guys cutscene, halfway cutscene within the game, if that's the game, I'm going to be disappointed. Now, that's not going to stop it from getting 10 out of 10 reviews or anything like that because it looks amazing. And look, that's what the journals are into. See Last of Us 2. And I'm a Last of Us guy, and that's what Last of Us was. It was just an interactive movie, and there's a place for that. But you think Spider-Man, I'm hoping that that's not what it is. I want to play as Spider-Man. It's like, dang, do this into a cutscene, press the button that's coming up, as you can see. I hope that's not the future game. I really do. Not. But there's a place for it. And maybe if this is the only part that it is like this in the game, then that's fine. I get it. I understand it has its place. But it can be overdone. And that's my fear, is that it's going to be overdone, not just with this game, but with a lot of these other games where you don't really have control. It's less about that and more about just putting you in a environment and you are just being taken through this big journey. And I know that works for some people. It works for a lot of folks. But I play, at least my personal taste, is more about playing the damn game. And me having consequences to my actions as far as what I'm doing and actually being some sort of skill gap more so in that regards and how I play it. And if I lose because of me. But this is the world's obsession with accessibility now in gaming and trying to appeal to the widest audience of people. And that's what a lot of folks want. They want, definitely with these movies coming out when it comes to comic book depictions, it's not just that, but people want, you see these characters cross over into gaming. Look at it, like this is just a big cutscene, and they like that. They intrigued because it's essentially an interactive movie. So I would love to see you guys' thoughts on, or hear you guys' thoughts on that. Because after watching this, we're buffering. Watching this and then watching the watch the Xbox thing before and all these like interactive dramas, I'm like, are they really about to waste? Developers going to waste going into these powerful systems that can do things that the other consoles, big time hard work jump. The other consoles simply couldn't do just to sit there and tell interactive movies. Is that even what we're gonna get when we get these comic book depictions? It's just a bunch of interactive movies. That's not what I want. That's not what I want in the future of gaming. But it may go that route, and that's the accessibility thing. It's become more, gaming these days have become more of a casual accessibility thing. There's no more get good. I think that ship is sailed. Developers don't even have it in them to say get good at my game. They'll always when you got people say, like journos going out of their way to sit up here and gripe about if a game is difficult. We had that one guy that was crying about, I don't think he was a journalist, but the other guy that was crying about somebody being good, or people being really good at Fall Guys. It's like it's an accessibility thing is what it is, and it makes money. Definitely when you can slap this type of IP on it, but it's gonna make money. And the more casual base, they'll love this. They'll get a kick out of this, and that's the direction a lot of games seem to be going. Hopefully, I'm wrong on that. There's a lot of indie developers out there really focusing on making games. You know what I'm saying? Not interactive movies. And I hopefully they flourish having access to a new system. We got this Godfall game, which I'm really looking forward to, coming out PS5. They announced, I think, a few days ago that it will be coming at launch. So alongside this, though Miles Morales PS4 and PS5, PS5, excuse me, it will be on the PS5, obviously, but it will be on PS4 as well. So it's not like a PlayStation 5 exclusive. But we'll see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, how you guys feel about all this. Until next time, y'all be easy.